develop thesis assessment. My name is Minh Tuan, and today I'm going to present my thesis, graduate thesis, with the title "The Effect of Varicosal on Temple Parameter" under the supervisor of Dr. Ngoại. And in this presentation, I'm going to talk about the 5 main objects. The first is introduction, the 2 literature review, 3 research methodology, 4 results and discussion, and 5 conclusion. A varicosal is defined as a non-abnormal venous dilatation of pumping-form places of vein, and it presents in approximately 15% of general population, and in up to 23% of male elevated for infertility. NCDT causes great impacts on daily activity, such as persistent pain, sweating on the scrotum, and premature ejaculation, that reducing the quality of life of patient. Therefore, we carry out this study to address 2 specific objectives. The first, we would like to describe clinical characterization of patients who suffer from varicosal, and secondly, to compare subclinical features between varicosal patients and healthy people. Patient may present with unilateral or bilateral varicosal, but discussed previously, left side varicosal is most prevalent. So I was wondering why it tends to happen on the left side, and although controversial, there are a variety of anatomic observations that are believed to play a key role on the theory of varicosal origin. The first, the left internal spermatic vein is approximately 8 to 10 cm longer than the right internal spermatic vein. This results in greater venous pressure on the left, which subsequently chamfers the pumping-form places, resulting in the dilatation. Secondly, the left testicular vein enters drain in the left renal vein at an approximately 90-degree angle, while the right spermatic vein inserts more obliquely. The third, a loaded sigmoid colon compress the left testicular vein, and the fourth, nuchrical phenomenon refer to the anatomic of compression of the left renal vein by abdominal aorta and the superior masteric artery. To diagnose varicosal, we base on clinical and ultrasound. About the clinical, evaluation for varicosal requires a per room setup, environment, and systematic examination. A warm and comfortable environment for the patient is ideal to allow for the relaxed scrotal skin. Cold temperature and patient distress can result in tightening the scrotum and preclude identification of varicosal. Perform examination in standing position, both without and with Valsalva maneuver. Grading of varicosal based on criteria published by Dubin and Amila. About the Doppler ultrasound, we use child error scoring system that based on 3 main objects: the maximum vein diameter, the places sum of diameter of veins, and change of flow velocity of Valsalva maneuver. If the total score is greater or equal to 4, we can define as varicosal. Treatment of varicosal. The goal of treatment is to reduce the symptom of improve testicular function, increase sperm quality to increase fertility. There are 2 main big groups: internal medicine and surgery. Internal medicine indicated in case of a very light level of varicosal, and patients with discomfort such as pain and sweating, anti-inflammatory and edema reliever drug can be used. About the surgery, we have interventional radiology, laparoscopic varicocelectomy, microscopic varicocelectomy. As a surgical principle, we cut and tie the 2 ends of varicosal vein, causing blood to drain the peripheral veins, and the goal is to avoid the influx of blood from the renal vein into the venous plexus. Research methodology. This is a retrospective study, location at Hà Nội Medical University Hospital in 2019. Subject 1,200 48 patients have varicose belong to study group, while and the control group contains of 66 healthy people. Inclusive criteria for the study group: the patients who were older or equal to 18 years old were diagnosed with varicose. Semen sample was taken at Genetics Center, Hà Medical University Hospital, and agreed to join in this study. The inclusion criteria: the patient who suffer from multiple chronic disease, patient do not have enough medical information or subclinical results were performed in other clinic, and patient with abnormalities related to infertility. Criteria for selecting control group: healthy men who take a pre-upshot test or general examination, and recorded varicose determined both by clinical examination and tacticular Doppler ultrasound. Data analysis: all the data were analysis by Stata software version 14. The percentage and mean with standard deviation. The student test, chi-square test, and mean really test were used. About the results in discussion: 1. Age and BMI. The mean age of study group is 28.4 and the control group is 28.8. The age was similar. The age of two groups was similar with p-value greater than 0.05, and the mean BMI of two groups has no statistical difference. The average age of the study group in our research was 28.4 years. The mean age of study group is similar to that of other Abtel, Mingui, but lower than that of Gida. To explain why it's lower than Gandhi, I think the author conducted this study on infertile men after they married, and in Western countries where the marriage age has been higher in Asian countries. 2. About the reason for medical examination. The situation of patient coming to visit is mainly due to the scrotal pain or primary infertility, of which two of those matter are 28%. Examination for disorder affecting sexual quality is 7% of total number of patients. Hospitalization of self-palpable only account for 4% of the total patient. Our study shows the percentage of infertility and scrotal pain for medical exam are lower than Chikwan than 2006. The reason may be explained that we just focus on the main reason of hospitalization. Maybe patient can be presented many symptoms such as coexisting both scrotal pain and infertility. 3. The location and classification of varicose. There were 96% of cases of unilateral varicose on the left, and tip 3 account for the highest percentage. The 4th, ultrasonic features of varicose. The average testicular volume of the delighted site is within the normal limits, and after Vansama maneuver, the average testicular venous diameter significantly increased from 2.8 mm to 3.4 mm. Based on the results, we can see that there are 23.4% of cases decrease in testicular volume, and the venous reflux line of the delighted site up to 93.4%. 5. About the semen characteristic of study group compared to the control group. The semen volume of two groups has no statistical difference, with a p-value greater than 0.05, and the average value of most semen parameters is within the limit. But however, the proportion of patients with mobility and morphological abnormalities accounts for the high proportion. 6. Classify of semen and type of abnormalities. The most patients with varicose have semen abnormality up to nearly 83%. In particularly, the abnormality in two parameters accounts for the highest proportion. 7. the 7 characteristics according to type of varicosal or study group. There were no difference between the mean value of 7 parameters, nor the DFI between the type group of varicosal. 8. The hormonal characteristic of the study group compared to the control group. There were no statistical difference between the mean value of LH, FSH, and testosterone between the study group and control group. 8. Characteristic of hormonal parameters according to type of varicosal. And based on the results, we can see there is no difference between the average concentration of LH, FSH, and testosterone between the different groups. So we can sum up with some conclusion. First, about the clinical features. The disease usually occurs at the age of smaller than 30 years. The average age of study group was 28.4 years. The reason for medical examination mainly due to the scrotal pain and infertility. Location and varicosal is mainly on the left side, accounting for nearly 96%, and tip 3 of varicosal accounting for the highest percentage. To the subclinical features, varicosal plays a severe impact on semen quality. The rate of abnormal semen analysis accounts for nearly 93%. The average DFI of study group higher than the control group, and the average testosterone concentration is 17.5 nanomole per liter, in which the number of people with low testosterone level account for nearly 20%. And that is all my presentation. Thank you for your listening.